Hello all, and welcome to today's beer review, which I am dubbing the Upload Beer Review, because I have, in the past 2-3 weeks, I have uploaded over a year and a half's worth of backlogged videos so far to the YouTube channel. So I'm actually catching up. I think I'm under 20 videos away, possibly under 10 videos away from completely 100% catching up with all my recordings. So that's a great thing for all the people who are watching this. It's actually kind of funny. I mean, there's one person who constantly trolls the comments that completely shadow banned already. But, so 1/3 of my audience is trolls. So yeah, I have an audience of maybe 3 people, if that. Who knows? No biggie. So what are we reviewing today? We are reviewing the Brut IPA from Sierra Nevada. And why am I reviewing this? Since I've kind of changed my focus to local beers, is because, well, it's a style thing that's kind of come into style nowadays. That, well, I think it's a bit of a step back. And what I'm not saying that the people who are making these are bad beer makers or anything. It's that it's sort of returning to the days of adjunct lagers, when adjunct lagers ruled the world. And why is that? Well, you'll see in the review. So first, if you're not aware of it, let's go and read the back of the label here. So this is 6.2 ABV. This is our Brut IPA, a new take on the IPA brewed for a bone-dry champagne-style finish. Late hop additions give the beer balanced bitterness and a bright pop of citrus flavor. It's as intriguing as it is drinkable. So basically, even though it's an IPA, I mean, it is made for an incredibly clean finish, bone-dry finish, as it says. Now, I've tried New Belgium's and I've tried Sierra Nevada's version of it. And, well, let's just get to it, and I'll kind of go on about what kind of bothers me about this style. So, we're going to be using the Pilsner glass. Go and kind of highlight what this style is all about, yeah? You gotta pour it pretty calmly, because this foam forms quite the head. So, very carbonated, as you can see here. With a fizzy to frothy white head. Nose is redolent of citrus and ozone. Hints of dank. Actually, a little bit stronger than hints of dank. But not really much of a malt base underneath it that you can sort of smell by the nose there. As you can see, it is very well carbonated. As you can see, it's kind of building up beyond here. Now let's go and look at it in the light. You can see it's bright in pure daylight here. It is pretty much a bright golden yellow, and you can see my chickens in the background there, pecking around, doing their chicken things as they are wont to do. And you can see here the heads just kind of keeps on growing after you pour it, creating a little mountain there. So, big bright carbonation bite in the front. followed by hop bitterness, some resiny notes, some zest flavors in the mids, and then a completely bone dry finish. There is nothing other than some hop oil astringency and bitterness left on the tongue. The malts are near imperceptible. And here we get into why I am not a particular fan of this style. And it has nothing to do with the fact that I think this is an easy beer to make. I think it's actually quite difficult to make a beer that has such an incredibly clean finish. It is more that the dry IPA is a style with very little dimensionality to it. I've joked about session IPAs being hop water, and I guess I should apologize a little bit for that, because this is probably closer to hop water, and I shouldn't say hop water, hop champagne, as it were. But even champagne has more dimensionality to it. The great must in champagne, all good champagne still has taste notes to it. This, you have hops. Maybe you can go and change it a little bit by switching up the hops, but then really, what's the point? It kind of becomes like how adjunct lagers were, okay? Here's something with alcohol in it, but we're going to do as much as possible to make it flavorally as uncomplex as possible, and just delivers one thing to their customers, which in the case of adjunct lagers was a sense of cold refreshment. Here you get hop bitterness, and not much else. So we've kind of gone the full circle here. We started from, the macro lager sort of yellow fizzy water with just a hint of like old world style hops to it, to basically yellow fizzy water with a butt ton of new world hops into it. And I really want to challenge people to go around and try this new style, the Brut IPA or dry IPA style, and say, there's a lot to say. There's a lot of things that really change in between the various iterations, between the various breweries. And it's like, I highly doubt it. I mean, it's sort of a convergence on a single taste profile. And it's sort of the epitome of the overproduction of IPAs, and I think what's the ongoing contraction of craft brewing that's happening right now, just from overexpansion and a sort of attempting to chase markets. And you basically end up like this, fizzy hop water. Now, again, I want to emphasize that I'm not saying that this is bad tasting in any way. No, it's quite refreshing. It's very drinkable. It's meant to be very drinkable. If you love hops and hops alone, this is probably straight up your alley. But for me, it's an expression of a sort of subculture, what's kind of gone wrong in the beer subculture, in the craft beer subculture, sort of epitomized in this style. And so, what it boils down to is that I'm not going to go and fault Sierra Nevada or New Belgium or any other place that goes and releases this. Their job is to make money. You know, their job is to stay in business. I am more criticizing the craft beer culture that allows, you know, basically a pandering sort of dimensionless style to become popular because popular for the sake of popular, trend chasing. You know, this is like the end goal of it. I mean, maybe not the end goal. Maybe like a double dry IPA will be the end goal of it. You know, so somebody can go and have like a 10.0 ABV or 12.0 ABV beer. That's nothing but, you know, thick hop water. And that's not particularly the kind of craft beer world I want to live in. And so this has been kind of a rant about a style and less about a particular beer. Like I said, this is not a bad beer. It's a well-made beer, and it's a well-made beer in a style that's very difficult to make. But it is a style that I think epitomizes what's kind of going wrong in craft beer. So I'm going to drink this, and I'm going to have another one because, like I said, it's drinkable. It's very drinkable. It's good beer. It's good beer, but a bad style. So you either have, you know, one dry IPA, which kind of is all dry IPAs, or, you know, or I don't know, I'm kind of running out of steam here, but you kind of get my gist. Give this a shot if you love IPAs. I mean, it's pretty much the epitome of hop water. And that's your beer review for tonight, folks. Cheers.